Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of The Week in Technology. My name is Karamjit and with me this week, standing in for Aisha and trying his best to look hot and sexy is John Lim.
I don't think I can replace her in this position. I'm trying to suck in my gut as much as possible right
You're
now.
doing a good job, John. You've got to do it for
Thanks,
another
thanks.
9.5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
John is our assistant editor for New Media. He's been responsible together with Unyo for coming up with our website and continually developing it. And John, before I go on, we normally start with the cover story for the week, but I'm afraid I may forget. But let's just talk about the podcast, that you have just started, right?
Okay.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we just started a podcast called The Digital Edge. It's about 3 weeks ago. What we're trying to do is cover the world in tech in about 30 to 40 minutes. We have 2 or 3 panelists. And it's been interesting so far. It's been a busy week in the world of tech. We got Yahoo, merging with Bing, and a lot of movements in the world of tech. So yeah, give us a listen. We come out every Tuesday or Wednesday. So yeah, just tune in.
30 to 40 minutes per episode. That's a long time, huh?
Yeah, that's a long time. We have a lot to talk about. So we cover about 4 or 5 stories, including a couple of local ones as well.
Yeah. You need to. So aren't you guys competing with us? Then I should just cut you off the show right now, man. Okay, let's get someone else
yours
in, guys.
is very special, and you have Aisha on the camera, so we can't compete with that, lah. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. But when you talk about local content, also, is it from the technology play, or it's also from business model, entrepreneur, or products? We've got some of our own product companies too in IT.
This week we covered this little device called Poken. It's this little buzz thing that's going around.
Okay.
People are exchanging the social business context through this little device that you can touch, and then it spreads your Facebook contacts,
really? Wow.
Your Twitter contacts.
And it's
around.
developed by Malaysian?
It's coming to Malaysia. It's
it's coming to Malaysia.
Yeah, it's
okay,
a European
okay.
product. Yeah.
So somebody's just got the distributorship.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's good. At least you can highlight, homegrown, products too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, we'll move back on to tech, schedule, which is talking about the cover story for next week, and it's actually written by Aisha, and it's this company called Jom Social. Very interesting. She's written a very long story because she's very impressed with these guys. Basically, it's these two young people who graduated from the UK. During their students' days, they were selling nasi lemak, halal nasi lemak to the Malaysian students there. So already at that age, their entrepreneurial flair was showing. And then they went into the corporate world. One was an engineer, and another one was doing business development. The lady, Mariza, was doing business development, and Azrul Rahim, the co-founder, was doing is an engineer by training.
Wow.
So they came back to Malaysia. Then they decided to start up their own company, and which is called Slashes and Dots. And what's interesting is that they started building plugins, for Joomla. And their first 2 plugins were quite interesting, which are called Jom Comment and My Blog. And what I found amazing is that, John, they're in Joomla's top 50 extension list for this year. Jom Comment is number 7, and My Blog is 45.
I think that's an amazing achievement, considering the hundreds of Joomla applications out there available.
Yeah. Thousands, I think.
Thousands.
There's something that's just the 45. In fact, their latest one, Jom Social, is number 43, and it only relied on word of mouth. And it's 43 out of 2,000, 4,000.
How do you stand out from the crowd? And these are very young entrepreneurs as well.
Web 2.0, man. They talk about this term called crowdsourcing. They only use crowdsourcing to promote Jom Social, which is their third plugin for Joomla.
Long gone are the days when you need advertising, you need your PR. These guys are just doing it single-handedly.
Yeah,
right?
but of course we know that if you advertise with the Edge, it's just incredible. Punch for your money, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just in case my boss was listening into the show. But these guys are doing very well. So they said with crowdsourcing also, Jom Social is now available in 25 languages. They put it up, and the users themselves, translate it into their own languages. And they're selling the application for $149 per installation.
Yeah,
not the application, but installation.
Exactly. Considering that a lot of free Joomla apps out there as well. To charge it and then be so successful.
I know.
I think it must be a very good product. Then,
exactly, absolutely. And it's great that it's Malaysian owned, Malaysian run. Bunch of young guys. There are about 12 of them now, but 9 are developers. So it's a very, technology savvy company. And Mariza says today, to start up a company, and especially if you're Web 2.0, all you need is your laptop. And you need an internet connection,
And
That's
plenty of brains as well. And
Yeah, plenty of
enthusiasm.
brains and drive, which is the common ingredients
Yep,
of being a
exactly.
good entrepreneur. Dedication, drive, never say no. So they've got all of that, and they're doing really well. So we're really happy and proud to to profile them in that valley for
It's
this
great
week.
to hear all these heartening stories, about
Yeah.
young entrepreneurs. Always you hear about stories abroad,
Yeah,
Malaysia,
yes, yes,
in the US and all that. But
Yeah.
it's great to hear
Not
young
enough,
entrepreneurs.
local. So what they're doing also is that they said they were not focusing on the Malaysian market because their platform is the global, the world, right? So you're on the internet. Most of their customers are from overseas, and now they said they're a funny company. They went global first, and now they're looking to the local market. But Marisa made this interesting point that Malaysian companies here are not used to the idea of SaaS, software as a
Yeah.
service. And they're willing to pay thousands of ringgit for licensing fees for the software, not realizing that you can get it much cheaper off the internet.
Wow. So education for companies, for corporates especially, I think it's a big task.
It's
also.
tough, but I think if you're a listed company, if you're a big company and you're a CIO, CTO, you're probably going to go with the licensing,
Exactly,
and not
yeah.
take the risk with this, internet
Young upstarts
applications.
maybe, yeah.
So that could be the downside, until these guys build some weight, in terms of branding and credibility, bigger credibility. Then you may get some local companies taking the plunge with them. Large local companies,
Yeah.
the small local companies, I think will have no problem, giving them a try.
I mean, making it to number 7 on the list, I think
It's incredible,
It's a great CV.
That's
to put up,
incredible.
yeah.
And Jom Social just started a month ago. I think next month you probably see it higher up, Joomla's, top 50.
Yeah, I think we have to look at it for our own website. See, check it out. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, since our own website was built on Joomla too.
Yeah, exactly,
So what's the latest going on with that, John? And especially share with viewers about how we're trying to monetize it.
Well, I mean, the big issue in the world of media right now is the monetization of news content. I'm sure viewers, who look at it, and right now Rupert Murdoch is trying to implement payment system, micropayment systems. I think it's a very difficult proposition because right now we're so used to getting our news for free, and then to go back to paying for content, even micropayments, like you're saying, 20 cents per article. It's also a cost to bear as well. I mean, would you pay for 20 cents? I think it's an experiment that we have to see how it pans out.
Yeah. But do you think we will try that experiment?
Well, it's up to the big bosses then.
Okay. Would you and Unyo push for that?
We're talking about it.
Okay.
It's a very early stages of
Okay.
we're talking
Okay.
to the bosses and upper management about it.
I think we should do it, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Charge 10 cents an article. I know of a few people, my mom, my dad, Aisha's mom, dad, who pay 20 cents to read one of our articles.
And also,
we'll charge half to the rest, 10 cents an article.
And also, I think the issue of payment gateways, how do you pay for it?
Okay.
I think that's another challenge that we have to face as well.
Well, actually, I spoke to Ganesh Banga from MOL, and he says, he can provide, the micropayment, platform for the edge,
okay.
if you want to do that. And
Right.
and he's already making, doing very well, selling games, and charging for games online too.
Okay.
So that's really good.
So you can see the history in the making here. I mean, we're actually talking it live right now.
Live, actually, you're right. Absolutely, we'll make it happen. That's for sure. But okay, I'm just gonna wrap up now. I can't believe it's already 9 minutes. I'm getting the
It
wrap up
is?
signal. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is normally they always do it this way. Sometimes they do it this way, but I'm going back to the normal.
Right,
Wrap
routine.
it up. But I want to do a public service announcement actually before we wrap up. And one is that this coming Wednesday at SIMW Convention Center, the ACCA is having a roundtable on is the green economy coming. And ACCA is the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. And the panel is got the CEO of DG, CEO of Stanchart, the chairman of Shell, Dato' Saw, a few people, the chairman, CEO of Philips Malaysia. Just going to talk about the challenges and opportunities that the green economy poses, and whether Malaysia is ready with its legislative framework, and whether companies are ready to take advantage of this. That's pretty interesting to me. And by the way, I'm moderating it. Not that I had a choice,
okay.
But do come SIMW Convention Center. You can call in to ACCA. Don't see their phone number here, but you can go to the web and look for ACCA Malaysia. Give them a call if you're attended. It's next week in the morning at on the 3rd of August, which is a Wednesday, right? Okay, great. And now I guess that's all the time we have. I actually had another public service announcement on security, but I think we will save it for next week. Want to thank all of you guys for watching the show. Keep some of the comments coming. We have been starting to get comments, and it's really heartening for us, even
Yeah.
though some of them have been critical. Actually, that's what we live
I
for.
think this week will be more critical because I'm standing in for Aisha. So yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Actually, I think no, this is going to be our biggest viewership show. I'm sure.
Biggest in terms of physical size, is it? Yeah.
No, in terms of people watching too. But okay, we'll wrap up now. Have a great and productive week ahead with technology, and have a great week ahead.
See you soon.